Welcome to Robots vs. Vampires.
Yeah,
You ready to dive in?
always.
All right. This week we're taking a look at two stories that really twist the classic good versus evil trope in some really, really wild ways.
Love that.
We've got one where darkness just swallows the world, and another where a hero from legend faces a villain who's, well, back from the dead.
Classic.
It's gonna be a fun one. So let's jump into that first story, Seeing in the Dark, right? This one, you sent this one over. It's about what happens when the lights go out permanently. And a blind veteran becomes like this unexpected beacon of hope.
Yeah.
So picture this. Everything's normal, right? Sun's shining, birds are singing, and then bam, everything goes black.
Just like that.
Just like that. Total darkness. The story talks about people panicking, screaming, crashing into things. It's pure chaos. But in the middle of all this, our veteran, he doesn't panic. He relies on his army training, focusing on his breathing, his heartbeat, stuff like that. What do you make of that contrast?
Well, it's interesting, right? Because the thing that throws everyone else into chaos
Yeah.
is just like his everyday reality.
Right.
And the training he got in a completely different context, for a different kind of threat, suddenly becomes the most valuable thing in the world. I mean, it really makes you think, like, what skills do we have that we take for granted that could be lifesavers in a completely different situation?
Totally. And his cane, which, we might see as a symbol of his blindness, it becomes like his new eyes in this world. Then he runs into his neighbor's son, Noah, whose mom, she's gone. And this moment, this hardened veteran comforting this scared kid, it feels important, They end up surviving together in their apartment, turning it into this little safe haven.
Yeah.
What does that say about, human nature in a crisis like that?
I think it shows how, like, even in the darkest times, people will find a way to connect,
Yeah.
to help each other. The veteran, he's got the experience, the discipline. And Noah, he's learning, adapting. They need each other.
They do.
It's about interdependence, isn't it? And it makes you think about who you'd rely on if everything went sideways.
And here's where things get really, really hairy. The darkness isn't just scary, it's dangerous. Raiders start popping up, desperate people, armed, and they're not afraid to take what they want. And this is when the veteran's training really kicks in. His cane isn't just a cane anymore, it's a weapon.
It's a pretty grim thought, right? That in a world without rules, the toughest survive.
Yeah, it's that whole survival of the fittest thing.
Right.
Which, unfortunately, is often how it goes when things break down. Resources get scarce, fear takes over, and people do what they gotta do. The veteran's ability to fight back, it shows how resourcefulness, even if it comes from an unexpected place, can be the key to staying alive. But then, a glimmer of hope, right? They find a crank-powered radio, and it picks up a faint signal, a sanctuary broadcasting coordinates. So they set out on this super dangerous journey guided by a voice on the radio and memorized maps. And Noah becomes his guide, literally leading him through all these unseen dangers. They run into more raiders, and the story mentions these grotesque creatures that seem to come out of the darkness. It's a desperate race to get to this place they don't even know exists. What do you think this whole journey symbolizes?
I think it shows the human need for hope. Even in the darkest times, we look for a light, a way out. The radio signal is that, right? And the fact that Noah, this kid, is now the guide, it shows how much he's grown, how the roles have shifted.
And the place they find, it's not what you'd expect. It's this old seaside hotel turned into a fortress by other survivors. And get this, a lot of them are visually impaired or veterans. For them, the darkness isn't new. It's just, it's their reality. The story talks about lanterns, the smell of cooking food. It's like these simple things become so precious. Why do you think this sanctuary, of all places, is filled with people who already know the dark?
It's like the world flipped, right?
Yeah.
The people who were once considered, disadvantaged, they're the ones who are thriving. Their experience, their other senses, they're all heightened. It's like a reminder that, disability is relative.
Mm-hmm.
What's the weakness in one world is a strength in another.
And Noah, man, his reaction to this place is so great. He's not scared anymore. He's got other kids to play with, a community. And he says to the veteran, "You're not scared." Which, that says it all, right? The veteran sees how strong Noah's become, the family they've found. It's a beautiful thing. What does that say about, the power of community, especially in tough times?
It shows how much we need each other,
We do.
especially when things are tough. Noah went from terrified to, thriving in this new world. And the veteran, he realizes he's not just surviving, he's protecting, he's teaching. It's a powerful cycle.
But the story doesn't end there, right? It ends with this feeling of like grim determination. There's this ex-Marine, Anya, and she talks about fighting back. The veteran realizes he's not just surviving anymore. He's needed. His skills, his experience, they're valuable. The darkness, the thing that was a prison, it becomes their weapon. The idea that they'll bring back the light, not with technology, but with like human will, that's a powerful ending. It makes you think, what's the strongest weapon humanity has?
I think it's hope.
Hope.
Yeah, the refusal to give up. The darkness, it represented helplessness, but they turn it into a strength. It's a powerful message.
It is. Okay, let's shift gears. Let's go to medieval England, to Specter of Sherwood. This one's a wild ride, right? Robin Hood, he's not just fighting a corrupt sheriff. He's up against a tyrant who's back from the dead. You sent over the log line, and it said something about Robin Hood facing the ultimate test of his skills and his leadership against this guy, Baldwin de Mandeville, who wants to take over the throne. This isn't just stealing from the rich anymore. What do you think about adding a supernatural twist to the Robin Hood story?
Oh, it definitely raises the stakes.
It does.
I mean, Robin Hood's used to fighting corrupt officials, bandits, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But a supernatural enemy, that's a whole new level of threat.
So the story starts with these rumors, right? People whispering about a ghostly Templar knight haunting the cliffs of Dover. Most people dismiss it as folklore until a very real message arrives. An arrow with a note attached. England is mine, thief. It's signed Baldwin de Mandeville. And this guy, Baldwin, his name alone inspires terror. He was a crusader known for his brutality. So right away, we've got this supernatural element layered onto this historical setting. What does that do for the story?
It makes it, scarier, for one thing.
Yeah.
It's not just about, who's the rightful king or whatever. It's about something darker,
right,
more unsettling. And Baldwin's reputation, even before he shows up, it adds to that feeling of dread. It's like the past, this gilded past, is coming back to haunt them.
And it gets worse. Baldwin starts gaining support. Lords who are unhappy with the current king, they flock to him. Friar Tuck even mentions necromancy, which adds to the whole creepy vibe. Robin Hood, who's used to, small-scale skirmishes, he's now facing a potential full-blown war. This isn't just about righting local wrongs anymore. It's about saving the whole country. How does that change Robin Hood's role?
He goes from being a folk hero to something more like a savior.
Like a national hero.
Yeah, exactly. His enemy is not just flesh and blood anymore. It's something else entirely.
And his first battle isn't against Baldwin's army, it's against fear itself. The villagers are terrified. Some of them even say Baldwin's taking back what's rightfully his, which shows how powerful fear can be. Robin, he tries to show them the truth. He shows them Baldwin's bloody message, the threat he represents. And in this moment of tension, there's this young boy who cries out, Robin Hood. It's like everyone's looking to him for answers. What does that say about leadership in a crisis?
It's about more than just being strong or brave. It's about inspiring people, giving them hope.
But Baldwin, he's not just using brute force, he's playing mind games. He starts rumors of famine, accuses loyal nobles of hoarding grain, trying to sow chaos and distrust. Robin and his men are forced to raid the granaries, which is not their usual style, It's a necessary evil, but it shows how desperate things are getting. Every arrow Robin shoots, it's not just about fighting, it's about fighting fear. How does this shift in tactics change how we see Robin Hood?
I think it shows how adaptable he is.
Yeah.
He's not just a romantic figure shooting arrows from the trees.
Right.
He's a leader who's willing to do what needs to be done, even if it's not pretty.
Sherwood Forest, which was always their hideout, it becomes this symbol of resistance. But Robin knows he can't win this fight hiding in the trees. Then Baldwin issues a challenge. A duel at dawn. It's a trap, plain and simple. But Robin has to accept. Why do you think he does that?
Because he has to. It's not just about him anymore.
Right.
It's about the people he's fighting for. He's their symbol of hope.
The duel itself is pretty intense. Baldwin's army is disciplined, well-equipped. Robin's men are, they're a ragtag bunch. Baldwin shows up, not as a ghost anymore, but as a man. But there's something unnatural about him. His voice booms, amplified by magic, making it clear this is no ordinary fight. He taunts Robin, asking him how he'll fight words with arrows. It's a good question, right? How can Robin possibly win?
Yeah, it seems like he's outmatched.
But then Robin does something amazing. He doesn't fight magic with arrows. He fights it with people. He points to the villagers who have come to watch the duel, armed with whatever they could find. They're still scared, but they're ready to stand up for their country. And Robin, he roars, "England is not yours to take. It belongs to the people." And that changes everything. The villagers, they cheer. It's not about Robin Hood anymore. It's about them. What makes that moment so powerful?
It's the moment he becomes more than just a hero. He becomes a symbol, a rallying cry for the people.
The duel is epic. Robin takes down Baldwin's horse with his first arrow, shatters his lance with the second, and with the third, well, he ends the tyrant's reign. The villagers, they charge in, their fear gone, replaced by fury. Even Friar Tuck says a prayer for Baldwin, which shows how dark this whole thing was. Robin knows the fight's not over, but as the villagers surround him, he realizes they don't just see a hero, they see themselves in him. He's become an idea. What's the big takeaway here about Robin Hood's transformation?
I think it's about the power of inspiring others.
Yeah.
Robin Hood, he didn't just defeat a tyrant. He gave the people the courage to fight for themselves.
He did. So both Seeing in the Dark and Specter of Sherwood, they're about more than just good versus evil. They're about resilience, about finding strength in unexpected places, about the power of unity. We hope these deep dives got you thinking. And as you go about your day, consider this. What darkness in your own life might actually be hiding a spark of hope, a strength you never knew you had? Join us next time on Robots vs. Vampires for more epic tales.